Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back in the building, man. Like always, before we even say anything, honor and credit to the Father by way of my faith in Jesus Christ, finishing works and the workings of the Holy Spirit, man. Always. The last live that we did got interrupted. We got knocked off. They said it was something about violating policies and stuff like that. But who would have known, man? There are many YouTubers who play stuff that has actual copyright issues to it. But we're not. Hey, that's neither here nor there. You understand? We understand why. Okay, we understand why. Okay, if you really understand why they cut that video off, please put a one in the box. If you understand really why they cut the video off, you understand? It was just simply an older video of a sermon. Why can't that be played online? Why can't that be showed? You see what I'm saying? Now, I want you to couple that with all the restrictions that I've been getting behind the scenes, putting out videos and stuff like that. I get videos blocked. I get so many. Y'all, when I tell you that it's getting hectic, it's getting hectic. But guess what, though? The more they do it, the more I smile. The more I smile. Because we understand what it is. If I didn't understand what it was, then how could I smile? How could I rejoice? Only when you don't understand what's going on is when you become hysterical. But when you have been given the understanding of what's going on, that puts you at ease. The Holy Spirit is a comforter. It will continue to comfort you. Amen? Amen, y'all. Okay, so, yeah, shout out to Miss Ethan in the building. What's up, Tundalia? What's up, Mercedes? What's going on, Captain Sir Lance? What is going on with y'all? Amen. God is in control. He's always in control. All right, so we're going to pick this up right where we left off at. But we're going to pick it up right now in another space. We already showed how he cut his own head off. All right. And when do we get to a day where speakers of God don't like criticism anymore? You know what I'm saying? When do we get to that day? I got one strike on my other channel from Bizzle, the Christian rapper. All right. And I think my brother Lev got his channel terminated by a believer. A so-called believer in Christ put in a grievance on brother Lev's channel. One of the so-called top Christian rappers put in a grievance on my channel and tried to take the whole channel taken down. Men of God. Lev reached out to on that end. I can't even remember if I even reached out to Bizzle via email or not. I can't even remember. It was so long ago, like 2 years almost, a year. But hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So we right here now, man. We're talking about Kendrick Perkins. Now, the reason why I got him up on the screen is because, and they probably gonna cut this one off too. If you do, it just shows your hand. You're just showing your hand. That's it. And we like to see your hand. Go ahead and cut it off now. All right. The NBA and the NFL, the MLB, all of these sports broadcasting networks are here to program the masses. I would say it started with the kneeling of Kaepernick, but this thing been going on for a minute. But that's where the epicenter of it is, Kaepernick when he took the kneel. It's the same thing with LeBron James becoming the voice of injustice. Okay, same thing. How can somebody leave the plantation if you keep talking about the plantation? How can somebody take the chains off their mind if you keep coming around tightening the chains up? This is why he's here. This is why all of them are here. Okay? Don't exclude him on the end. No, none of them. All of them are in the same boat. They're on the same team. Why did they hire Kendrick Perkins and put him in a suit? Because Kendrick Perkins is supposed to come up here and help to make sure the program sticks in your mind. He gets the hammer and he comes and nail the programming in that they've already put in your head. Okay? So all of them in the same boat. Let's listen to Kendrick Perkins defend himself when he was called a sellout, because that's exactly what he is. He's a sellout to the Masons. That's what he is. All right? He's here to make it feel like he's being oppressed in his neighborhood. How is so much racial injustice going on in his neighborhood so that you can have that same mentality as well. You can take on the same thing. All right. I still don't know if his beard is real or if it's taped on or not. I don't know. A lot of Hebrew Israelites run around with the fake beards and stuff like that so they can get in the camps. It might be the same thing. But let's listen to him though.
What Kyrie got going on don't mean I'm not fighting the same fight that you all are fighting. I am fighting for African Americans. I've been have, and that don't make you a sellout. That don't make me a sellout because I have a different opinion or disagree with someone else that's going about it another way. I actually applaud anybody that's fighting the fight right now in America. So that's the first thing first. Second of all, listen here. You don't know what I'm going through right now in my personal life fighting the fight. I live in $1 million community.
Okay. Now, he's finna get into how he's fighting the fight every day. He's fighting a racial injustice fight every day. Sitting on satin pillows, okay? He's fighting a racial injustice fight every day. He's the same dude who said that he's the only black person in the neighborhood with 29, 39 houses or something like that. He's the only black family in the neighborhood. And that when people drive their golf carts around in the neighborhood, nobody say nothing to them. But as soon as his children hop on the golf carts, he gets all kinds of emails and all that. And him and his wife have to fight these emails off. Okay. He stays in a multi-million-dollar neighborhood, right? He wanted to let you know that off real. He ain't under no suppression, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. This dude right here, man, he's under no suppression. No, it ain't no injustice happening in his neighborhood. Let me tell y'all something. With these ball players, they have what is called agents. And a lot of the agents, they keep them to do certain things for them after they even stop playing. So they have people who look into the neighborhoods for them before they buy a house in the neighborhood. You think the person who helped him to find his house and house location, then make sure that it was school friendly, then make sure that there was no people out there that were heavily racist and stuff like that. Come on, man. You think they didn't check the census and all that stuff before they moved this man into this neighborhood? But he's in this neighborhood and he's being heavily oppressed. That's what he tell y'all. But he only telling you that so he can keep the chains on your mind. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. I'm telling you. And you got the sign up here, the Brooklyn Nets logo, which is nothing but the Ouija board logo. Y'all ever seen a Ouija board? You know the sign, the little thing that they put their hand on and they move around the board by itself? That's all the Brooklyn Nets logo is. See, it's a lot of witchcraft behind the NBA. You got to understand that. They moved to Walt Disney to harness that magic, baby. You understand what I'm saying, man? This is what these people are all about, man. Didn't Tyler Perry just tell y'all in the previous video that Hollywood don't know nothing about the blood of Christ? They blaspheme it. Let's go.
Community. I'm fighting the fight every day in my own community. I'm the only African American family that live in this community, and my wife and I have to fight a fight with our home association and neighbors every day through email. So much that we're not even comfortable with having our kids go outside without supervision.
Woo, he pouring it on thick. He said they fighting emails all day because he said that his neighbors be emailing him about their kids, their children. We don't want your children on the golf course. We don't want your children outside. Why are your children outside, Mr. Perkins? So he said they fighting the battle every day, to the point where he don't even feel comfortable in his neighborhood. Look like he comfortable to me. Depending on how close their houses are, you know your neighbor can hear you talking about them through the window. Let me ask y'all this. Y'all think he receiving emails every day from his neighbors? Don't he got proof of them stalking him in the emails? Can he take that to a lawyer or something like that? Look. My every time my children get on their golf carts, they go to emails right here from everybody in the neighborhood. Come on, man. Shh. This don't make no sense. Hey, back it up. Go ahead, Kendrick.
Our home association and neighbors every day through email. So in this community, and my wife and I have to fight a fight with our home association and neighbors every day through email. So much that we're not even comfortable with having our kids go outside without supervision. You don't know what I'm going through for us fighting the fight when I have to drive my oldest son to middle school to go to his workouts, and I pull up and there's 70 kids out there and there's only 2 African Americans and he's one of them, and I got to stay out there to make sure he okay because just 4 days ago They 2 miles away from my house, they found the African American teenager hung dead at an elementary school.
Oh my gosh. And look, every time these actors get up here, which ain't nothing but crisis actors, you're right, they always make sure they tell you about the previous black on white incident that happened. So he said he's already in fear in his neighborhood. And then when he pull up to the school, there's 70 kids surrounding his two African American children. And he just in fear because the child got hung 2 miles away from where they live at. Can y'all see that they pointed on thick? Did we not go through the videos and JaVale McGee showed y'all that they would be programming with the black and white subjectiveness the entire year? That's what they're doing. JaVale McGee told on the whole NBA. He snitched on them. He showed y'all the card where it said that they would be learning how to program, man, through the programming that they received. This man ain't going through nothing, y'all. He's a liar, man. He's a liar.
Dead at an elementary school. And I've been on multiple platforms. I've used my social media to speak out since this first started. Oh, you can go look on my Twitter. You can go look on my Instagram or whatever. I done been on First Take. I done been on The Get Up, Hoop Stream, preaching out about Black Lives Matter and fighting the fight.
So he done been on all the platforms, preaching about what? Black Lives Matter. It seemed like today, if you preach about Black Lives Matter, then they'll let your content stay. But if you preach or if you teach on what is right and what is true and what is just, they call it false news and they want to fact check it. Speaking of fact check, I had one of my brothers reach out to me. I believe he's from Canada. He posted the video that I posted called "Welcome to the Slavery Breeding Ground," and they deleted his entire, I think, Instagram account. And then not only that, I think they deactivated his Facebook along with that. They deleted all his social medias just by him posting one video that I did on his account, on his thing. And after that, they slowed down his phone. He took screenshots and video recorded everything that happened to him in that moment. His a message came up on his phone said that his apps were overheating and he couldn't even go into his apps. They weren't doing that but checking into his apps to see what he was all about. They were scanning his apps really quick, y'all. That's what they were doing. That's what they're doing. Matter of fact, I got the videos. And if he want me to, I told him that he can come up on the panel and address what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And they told him he had to reset his phone. By the time he reset his phone and came back in, they had already scanned all his apps to see what he was all about, y'all. They wanted to see who was this posting this video on their social media accounts. So he ended up getting locked out of his social media accounts, everything. He said he never seen it happen like that. But then me and him had a good conversation back and forth, and we understand, exactly what happened. As soon as he put the video up that I put up on the Power of God G2G channel about the slavery breeding ground, they deactivated all his stuff. They shut it all down. That Instagram account, the Facebook account, all of that. They just shut it down. To my son, we had some independent fact checkers that say that this information is not true or is false or something like that. But me and that brother had a good conversation, man. Good conversation about what's to come, what's happening, and what we are to do as believers in the body, man. So I just wanted to shout out to that brother today, man. You're a good dude, man. Continue to stay in your word, man, and God bless you if you're in here right now, because I told him to come over to the channel. But he showed me the screenshots. He showed me the videos of everything they did. It was all in that man's stuff, man. They should be ashamed of themselves, man. They should be ashamed. Let's get back to Kendrick, man.
Preaching out about Black Lives Matter and fighting the fight. I was one of the first ones to call out the NBA owners about speaking out and taking action on what's going on in America, followed up by a phone conversation an hour and a half long with Danny Ainge. So don't tell me nothing about being a sellout, because that ain't even for me and you, brother. Because you know what? Let me remind you something. The same sellout that's sitting right here, I remember this day like it was yesterday. May 8th, 2011, Mother's Day. You and I, Memphis, Tennessee, going through personal problems. And guess what? You came to my room, we vented, we cried together, we cried some more.
They cried together and they cried some more. That's just like somebody. That's just like a sellout. He got called out for being a sellout because you know these NBA players don't mind telling on each other just to create ratings. So they called him just what he was, a sellout. So now he like, how you gonna call me a sellout? I'm the same man that came to your room and cried with you. May 8, 2011. I cried with you. We cried some more. That's just like a sellout to try to backtrack everything that they did with you. I was the one who came and brought your mama that apple pie when she was sick. I brought them balloons and everything. That was me. I did that. You gonna call me a sellout? You being a sellout ain't got nothing to do with you crying on the man's shoulder, man. You being a sellout ain't got nothing to do with you bringing an apple pie to somebody's front doorstep or bringing some balloons when they was in the hospital. That got nothing to do with you being a sellout. You are a straight up Masonic sellout. They the one who put you in the suit. They the ones who got you plastered all over television talking about Black Lives Matter. End of discussion, man. It's just like a sellout to try to bring back everything they did for you in your lifetime when they get exposed. This is what he doing, man.
We cried some more, vented some more. We didn't leave that room until we confined in each other. And we left out of there and was like, you know what? We glad we had each other to lean on. And so, KD, for you to call your brother a sellout, man, hey, come on, dog. You know my love is for you. You know what my love is and my heart is for you. By the way, my wife, Vanity Perkins, your sister, who you used to call, and she used to make them plate oxtails with that good macaroni and cheese and cornbread, she still got love for you today. You remember coming to my house, my oldest two sons, and used to walk through the door, little Kendrick Stone, who they used to say, hey, what's up, Uncle KD, and you used to play fight with them? They still got love for you today.
I mean, the man called you a sellout and you going through the whole history of what y'all used to do. You remember that time, man, I bought you that tennis racket, man? I know you don't play tennis, but I got you the racket. You remember that? You remember that time, man, when you were finna go to that party and you borrowed my shoes, man? Man, the man called you a sellout. Why are you going back to when your wife made oxtails and macaroni for the man? Or when you laid on his shoulder in the hotel room and y'all didn't leave the room until y'all had... I think, hey, what else happened in that room, Perk? We ain't gonna get to that, though. But I think you was kind of hinting him to be quiet before you put that information out there for what really happened in that hotel room. But you know he guilty. He's a sellout. And he's a sellout. Why? Because a real sellout, y'all, is going to make sure that people keep the chains on their mind with the black and white subjectiveness. That people stay hemmed down in the slavery breeding ground with the black and white slavery subjectiveness in their mind. They're going to make sure. They're going to make sure. And if Kendrick Perkins is oppressed, then your son will be able to accept the oppression that he feel like he's going through. And he'll stay away from people of other races and he won't be a friend to them. See, he's going to they're putting the chains back on your children's mind. And some parents don't even see it. Don't even see it.
Hey, by the way, this same sellout, this brother that's sitting right here on this ESPN platform talking to you today, I still love you to this day, my brother. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Well, listen, following...
Look how he came in. Kendrick had them poured his heart out. And what he said on the end, well...
Well, listen, following that, obviously... KD calling you a sellout, Perk, is not personal to me like it is to you. I'll say this about calling someone a sellout generally, and then how it applies to this situation specifically. Look, I think KD's basically defending his new teammate versus his old teammate because he feels like his new teammate has been attacked. But why sellout? You know, we all, most of us, not all of us, most of us can be sellouts given the right circumstances.
What? These jokers are supreme sellouts, man. He said most people can be sellouts given the right circumstances. Do y'all believe that? I'm going to let him say that again. Most people can be sellouts given the right circumstances. Given the right money, too. Oh, they paid him good to get in this Aquafina suit. Light blue cotton candy. They paid him good to get in that cotton candy suit right there, y'all.
You know, most of us, not all of us, most of us can be sellouts given the right circumstances. For example, LeBron James, who's been extremely active and vocal for social justice.
Yeah, LeBron James is a sellout too. He's basically telling on them, you guys are sellouts. He just said most of us can be sellouts given the right circumstance, and then name LeBron James right after that. LeBron James sold out as well to put the chains on the minds of the people and on their hearts. All this Breonna Taylor, all this stuff like this, man, he just drowning and drenching people in this black and white subjectiveness, man, and this so-called inequality and stuff like that. And then they go home and pop champagne with their brothers and sisters who are of a lighter color. This man is not in his crib scared and afraid of the people in his neighborhood, y'all. I'm telling you, he's not. Not one bit. Not one bit.
And has taken a leadership role when it's not always been obvious ahead of time that it would be comfortable for him to do it. He is one of those who created an atmosphere where it's sometimes safer and more comfortable to be on the side of social justice than it is to be otherwise, right? That's partly because of LeBron's leadership, and he deserves a lot of credit. I thought when the China situation came up, LeBron had something like $1 billion of business when you add it all up in China.
LeBron had $1 billion worth of business in China. What is LeBron doing getting business in China? Did we not say that China is another slavery breeding ground? Yes, we did. What is LeBron James doing with $1 billion worth of business in China? Inquiring minds would like to know. Is that the reason why they chose him to be the face of the inequality? Is that the reason why they chose him to have somebody write the N word on his gate? Y'all, they setting everybody up for the okie doke. If you watch these sports, no wonder you come out with a racist mindset. No wonder you come out with your mind jacked up thinking that Michael Jordan can really fly. Man, you watch these sports and stuff long enough, man, they will bewitch you as well. These are tongue slashers. These are talkers. And they talk good too. They program good too. He's gonna tell you right here that you can sell out for the right amount of money. Hold on. Let me let him keep talking so he can tell you.
China, and I'm sure that he's not as versed in social justice issues in China as he is with African Americans here in the United States. Nevertheless, LeBron is reliably on the side of the oppressed and on the side of people being free and treated with equality.
So LeBron is on the side of the oppressed. He got $1 billion in China. Ain't no telling what he got in the U.S. I ain't saying that money makes a man free. Well, in their system, money makes a man free. But you mean to tell me these men running around with $1 billion and still screaming, I'm suppressed? Oh, the oppression. No, the real oppressed are at the bottom of this pyramid. Those are the real oppressed. Those are the ones being stepped on, squished. LeBron James ain't being squished. I think he got a movie Space Jam coming out soon. You know, every generation got to get the same program, and Michael Jordan did Space Jam. They're going to do another one for the new generation. You know how they go. He's not oppressed, man. This is what they feed you so that you can stay in the lowest degree you possibly can in your mind and in your heart.
Being free and treated with equality. And yet there, he didn't have much to say. And I felt that that was a sellout move. Now, I also mentioned, if I were LeBron, I'd probably sell out for a number way less than $1 billion.
If he was LeBron, he would sell out for a number way less than $1 billion. He's telling y'all right here that LeBron James sold out for the money to get what he has, those businesses in China, all of that. That stuff comes with a price. If the Freemasons of this land give you that money, they want you to do something for them. Something you probably don't even want to do. What is that? Feed the people propaganda. Now look at what he said. He's telling y'all right here. It's right here. And I don't even watch this stuff. I just happened to stumble upon this because Kendrick Perkins, man, But I don't even watch this stuff, man. I don't know who got drafted. I ain't even know that KD was on the Nets. I don't watch this. It's garbage.
And I felt that was a sellout move. Now, I also mentioned if I were LeBron, I'd probably sell out for a number way less than $1 billion. Mentioned if I were LeBron, I'd probably sell out for a number way less than $1 billion. Most of us, given the right circumstances, will so-called sell out. Very few won't under any circumstances, and they are known for it. They become legendary when those circumstances arise, and they still don't sell out. But that's generally. Now specifically, it's inescapable. Just as a member and observer of our society, of our culture, that you notice that African American men or African American people might use that as a way at times against other African Americans, although this happens with white people too, but this is what we're talking about today, as a way to kind of create pressure to hew to more radical agendas.
Okay, so, and this is the thing right here. They would be up here talking about injustice. And then they got a black man sitting over here. And then they got a white man sitting over here. I told you they were going to pour it on real thick. Just like they had the YouTuber Box Nate Robinson just recently. They're going to pour it on thick, man. Speaking of boxing, this joker right here, man. Mike Tyson, 50-some years old. You know we had to come to him. All right? We don't went around the table. We went to Tyler Perry, T.D. Jakes. We got kicked off when we went to T.D. Jakes. We stopped in on Kendrick Perkins. Now we over here to Mike Tyson. Why is Mike Tyson still boxing at almost 60 years old? Can anybody tell me? Why do they do weigh-ins in their underwear? Can anybody tell me? To be honest, I think boxing is fake. I've always thought it was fake. I still think it's fake. Anything on the Broadways is rigged and fake. It's a circus. It's all the same circus, man. You know, and people fight to get to that circus, man. Only to find out that it's full of some weird stuff, man. And that it's all fake. It's all been fake. It's going to forever be fake. This is Mike Tyson. With the one eye in the background. See that? Oh, yeah. All right. So, Mike Tyson, tell him about your fight, man. You know, how was it? You know, because them Masons done got you up out the bed to come and fight at almost 60 years old. Like I tell y'all, they in the ring boxing, and you can hear their bones. They done got up in age, man. Man, look, man, I ain't watched the fight. I watched a little bit of the highlights because I wanted to see why everybody was so glued to this thing. And then when I saw them throw a couple of punches, I said, were people actually sitting and watching this? I couldn't even get through the highlight. And the highlight video was short as I don't know what. I said, was people actually watching this? Does this amaze you? Let Bill Cosby box Jay Leno then. Huh? Celebrity deathmatch all over again. And who they had on the sideline sounding like Snoop Dogg, man. They had Snoop Dogg on the sideline broadcasting. This world destroyed, man. People don't even see it. You mean to tell me you got Snoop Dogg on the sideline? Wasn't Snoop Dogg in the Celebrity Deathmatch video game? Huh? That's all they about to bring back to you. That's it. Go ahead, man.
So I'll say I'll be better than the next one. It's my mentality, but my trainers and my sparring partners kicked my ass so bad, and I'll never call a fighter a bum again. I took my youth for granted, and then this actual event made me find out what I really was made out of, because they really beat me to death.
He ain't lying about that. His trainers beat him to death. Okay? You hear what he just said? And my apologies about the word that he said. If y'all have younger people watching it, my apologies about that. But they beat this man down to a pulp in training for this right here. Though I still believe it's fake, you understand what I'm saying? I believe it's fake in the fact that they tell who to win. You can get in there and box, but if they tell you to lose, they tell you to lose around, they tell you to hold back, you're gonna do all of the above. He said his trainers literally almost killed him. Well, we know this. You almost 60 years old, man. And then he talking about fighting again. I promise, man, when they get down with these boxing matches and they win, they be on their high horse. You know, like in high school or something, you got into a little fight, you won, and then you felt like you can beat anybody. Come on, anybody, run up. This how he is, y'all. He's ready for another fight. But who wants to see this right here? The elders of our community fighting each other. Why do we get happy in this land when people fight in the UFC ring and then blood is everywhere? Don't y'all know they used to do that back in the days in the Coliseums? Had people give people swords and make them go against knights or whatever, or give them a club and make them go against a lion. And if the lion ripped the people to shreds, they cheer. That's what this land is getting back to. He could have knocked Tyson dentures out. Guess what people would have said? Oh, man, I mean, Roy Jones, man, he could fight, man. The man whole dentures laying on the mat, but everybody gonna say, yeah. Because what's brutal in this land is what's becoming accepted. And people are becoming obsessed with gore. Quentin Tarantino prepped everybody, didn't he? To receive gore. Huh? Halloween come around, they want to see the Michael Myers movie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pop some Michael Myers in, man. You like Michael Myers, man? You like Freddy Krueger, man? Have they desensitized you to liking that? You like when Freddy Krueger stick his fingers in somebody and kill them? You like that? You like that, don't you? See, what you're going to realize in this land is if you don't look up real soon and come up for air, you're going to realize you just like this world, man, that's headed off the cliff. Remember in the days of Noah before the water came? They was giving in marriage. They were drinking. They were being merry and partying until the water came and took them all away. Now, I'm pretty sure with some people who found out that Noah was building that ark out there. And guess what? They went back to the people and said, he's a fool building that there ark. He must think water gonna come. Get back to the party, y'all. See, Tyson is get back to the party. Get back to the party. Don't focus on Christ. He's a distraction, man. Huh? Who wants to see a fight where I told you the wrestlers got an oxygen tank in the corner? That's what they want to see. The wrestlers with an oxygen tank and some Lipitor in the corner, man.
Find out what I really was made out of, because they really beat me to death. I could have done everything better. Everything I was doing, I could have done it better. So, God willing, I'll be better than the next exhibition.
What next exhibition? Sit down.
Well, he was very smart and very difficult to hit him with a solid punch. And if I did catch him with a good punch, he played possum really well. He didn't let me know I heard him or anything. I was just happy to be in there with him and just go to 8 rounds. That didn't mean nothing to me. The scorecards didn't mean nothing to me. The lack of fans didn't make anything of it. I was just happy to go to Disney because I was used to doing it with the 3 minute round. So I said, why not just go to Disney? Everybody know I can knock somebody out if I did. I think going the distance that's real fighting.
So basically telling y'all they told him to go the distance regardless. Okay? And also, do y'all know that they box without a crowd? We've been so-called fighting a COVID disease in this land for a full year that hand sanitizer can clean. Mm, 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 mm. Social distancing, right? They don't even got no crowd in there when they boxing. Y'all enjoyed that? No crowd? What else they gonna give you next, man? What else they gonna give you next, man? Kevin Hart versus Snoop Dogg? And if you notice, y'all, everybody's battling now. You see that? The old musicians, the old music artists like Young Jeezy, Gucci Mane, all them, they're bringing them back to battle against each other. Because this is what this land is about to be. War. Battle. You're going to have different regions of the world warring against other regions, different gangs against other. Man, they're going to set this land off like a ticking time bomb, man. You're going to have black against white. You're going to have Bloods against Crips. You're going to have Woos versus Whoos. You're going to have one side versus the poor versus the rich. You're going to have, man, look, when you look up, man, and once they set that bomb off, boom, there you go. You know what the only thing they have to do to get everybody to just go ahead and just go in on each other? Pull the plug. What do I mean by pull the plug, man? Let me get this joke off the screen. You pull the electricity. You make it where people can't call the police. Think about that. That's why I say we must come together, y'all. Because if we don't come together and they pull the plug, how long do you think it'll take before everybody begins to wipe each other out? Nobody can call the police. And what if they let it stay off for a full week? If the love ain't flowing through the land, what you think gonna happen? I want people to really think about that, man. Because it's all fun and games now. But if they keep drawing a wedge between us all they got to do is pull the grid and the people will exterminate themselves. Think about that. Amen. No internet, no phone service, no none of that. How long do you think it'll take before people get too hungry? Before people get too angry? Before people get too anxious? Now, if we all knew how to fast and seek the Lord, they can pull it for a week. We wouldn't harm each other not one bit. Matter of fact, we'll go around to each other and say, you got food? You got something? You got something to eat? Not this land right here, though. The way it's set up right now, you pull that plug, the people going to obliterate each other, man. But if we were all acting on the principles of take care of your neighbor, you don't think the Hebrew Israelites gonna strap up? All that hate that they got flowing through their veins, you don't think it's other groups out here that are gonna strap up? No police able to be called? They didn't look. Shows like Bird Box and all that, y'all. It wasn't shown for no reason. Shows like the movie Us. I'm not calling them prophets. They're not prophets at all. Right? They're eating out of the devil's pot. Hollywood is just forsaken. You understand what I'm saying? There's some people in Hollywood that may make it out, but I don't know, man. Slim chance. But anyway, they showed you like The Walking Dead, right? And now people are walking around as The Walking Dead. They showed you the movie Us. They showed you the rabbits in the cage. And then they put everybody on lockdown after the movie and put you in your cage. You see what I'm saying? They showed you the movie Us, where people think they're so holy, but you're going to find out that you're just like the world. That's what that movie represented. You're just like the killers that you say that you're not a part of. See, that's what the movie Us was. Don't you see? The family, right? They were supposed to be good, right? But then they had this family that looked just like them, that was evil as I don't know what. The family that was evil, y'all, represented the inner them. It represented the inner them. So a lot of y'all walking around like y'all good, you're righteous and everything like that. Look, man, you're going to realize that you were not close to Christ. You were more closer to the world, man. That's why we're speaking on the essence that we are, man. So that people who haven't examined in their lives and their walk with Christ, man, get serious with this thing, man. Get serious with this thing, man. There are going to be few people that survive in this system that they got transpired, y'all. Few. Why do I say few? Because the Bible shows us that it will be few. Sodom and Gomorrah, the flood, how many survived? Sodom and Gomorrah, how many made it out? The Bible said the righteous have scarcely be saved. Many are called, but few are chosen. If you try to save your own life, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. We are in modern day Gotham City, y'all. And they can't wait to put the Batman sign in the sky. What is that? That's going to be the fake return. They're going to fake a return of Christ, man. That's what I believe. That's why I believe that they created the Space Force. And they gave them $1 billion. The military. Just recently. It take $1 billion to get that image in the sky, man. Probably take a little bit more than that. They're going to fake it. See, to be really with God is to be with God in the unseen. It's to love the seen, which is your brothers and sisters around you, but be with him in spirit. Worship God in spirit and in truth. I've been telling people that the exodus up out of here is going to be a spiritual exodus, man. In the twinkling of an eye. The people who are going to go to war, let them go to war, man. Let them go to war. Who did the Bible say we wrestle against, y'all? Spirits and principalities in high places. That's where the war is at. That's where it's at. So all my brothers and sisters out there, man, don't be no sellout like Kendrick Perkins. The money ain't worth it. There's no amount of money you can give me here on earth to make me defy God, man. That's just point blank, period. What about $1 trillion, chosen? No. 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 There's no amount of money that you can give me to make me defy God, man. YouTube has already tried it. They already tried to give me money to make me defy God. I already tried to put people around me to give me things and offer me things to make me go against God. Businesses and all that. No, I don't want it. This is business. My business is to do the business of the Lord, the work of the Lord. And I still got the emails too. Remember I told y'all I got a checkmate coming? I got a checkmate coming for these people, man. These people tried to bribe me, man. I got a checkmate coming for them. That's why I told them, get close, get all over me. Because really, just like the movie scene said, the closer you get, the less you're going to see. You want to know who I feel for? The generation that's coming up. I feel for y'all. Anybody in here who young? The internet used to be a place you can come through to get a little information. You can't get nothing from this joker now. You can't get nothing from here now. What happened to the videos showing the towers coming down? The Twin Towers, 9/11. What happened to the videos showing the towers collapsing and no planes hitting the building? Where those videos come from? What happened to all the videos they took down exposing Obama and where he really from and his fake birth certificate? Where are those videos at? Where are the videos talking about Area 51 and what it really is? Where are the videos exposing all the crisis actors who show up to all the events when people get shot, so-called got shot from the sniper, from the building and all that? Where are those videos at? They deleted them. Y'all, next generation, y'all don't got nothing to hold on to as far as truth, because they've labeled all these people trying to give you truth conspiracy theories. And as long as they pay y'all generation, y'all help them call people conspiracy theories. And I say y'all as a euphemism. I say it not collectively. When I say y'all, I mean your generation. If y'all generation don't get in line, y'all will fall in the wilderness just like this generation about to right now. This generation, they dropped the ball. The churches, which is the fig tree we was just talking about, they dropped the ball. They stopped the cycle, feeding the people in the streets and feeding. They got greedy, selfish. Everybody around here dropping the ball. So this generation is going to fall in the wilderness and their carcass is going to smell. Just a matter of time. It's going to get wiped out. So, with that being said, y'all got to do better next generation, man. Because one thing I believe is, a lot of people don't believe this. I believe this is Satan's spiritual prison. He gonna be here, but he also gonna get thrown in the pit too. People will get to see that event too. See, when I try to explain this, people try to call me false because they don't understand what I'm saying. How was Stephen able to look up and see the Lord coming? Because I believe it's tied in with your death. I believe his official coming is tied in with your death. You leaving here, your departure. Because he was, he is, and he is to come. But that is to come happens for different people because we all leave out of here in different intervals. This is Satan's spiritual prison right here. He locked in. So what we're trying to leave behind to you, younger generation, is to don't make the same mistake our people did. Our people got too infested with money. And when I say our people, I mean if you from the ages of like 30 and like 50, 60. I'm talking about that generation gap. We got too infested with money, man, that we couldn't even look out for y'all well-being. See, I could save up money in an account and pass it down to you. That won't mean much if you don't have the wisdom and knowledge to handle what I'm passing to you. If you don't have the Lord, if I don't pass you the Lord on with you in his principles, then you have nothing but just money waiting to be blown, tree bark. That's all you have. We dropped the ball, man. And I say we because I'm speaking collectively for my generation. We got some flimsy backbone people in my generation, man. We dropped the ball, man. We're supposed to hand it the baton off a little bit better to y'all, and we dropped the ball, man. So what are y'all walking into? An ambush. Spiritual ambush. Because we failed to tell y'all what the bear traps was. We failed to tell y'all what the trip lines were on the battlefield. What the landmines were. So what y'all gonna walk into? A spiritual ambush. You're gonna get destroyed too, just like we were. If y'all don't get it right. And that's why we come live, man. To help y'all, man, and assist y'all as much as we can. Why? Because the Holy Spirit assists us. And we just want to show y'all what we've been shown. Don't lean on those chakras. Don't lean on none of that stuff. That stuff is dead. You know, they used to practice that chakra stuff in what they call Africa. I'm not going to call it Africa. They call it Africa. They used to practice that stuff. That stuff got banned over there. So why they practicing it in the U.S.? Because the U.S. will bring on anything that kills you. Look it up. They banned that higher chakra stuff, man, that astral plane. They banned all that stuff out of the region that they call Africa today. And no, Africa is not 5,000 miles to the east. It's right up under you if you're in the U.S. It's just a little body of water in between us. They call it the Gulf. Anyway, they banned it. It was killing people. And now we have it over here in the land, the U.S. And what is it doing over here? It's killing people. See, what these YouTubers ain't showing y'all is how many people died behind the chakra higher self teaching, committed suicide. They're not going to tell it to you. Why? Because a lot of me and my partner was just talking about this, man, from the UK. He said he believed all 99% of these YouTubers are sold out. I told him that I pretty much agree. I gave it 95% at first, but then I have to leave a window there because I do know a couple of channels that I feel like they haven't sold out, especially the ones that, you know, like my brother Lev and all them. But we're talking about outside, it is a couple of people who are looking outside. Oh, they have, but a lot of people, y'all, they love the beast. They'll clip the beast's toenails if they had to. They can say anything out their mouth they want. Just like my brother was saying earlier. If you listen to a person long enough, you'll know what's in their heart. If you give a person a channel, they'll eventually tell you who they are. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, NSA person listening in on all my lives? Huh? Did I tell you enough? They've been trying to see, how do we get to Chosen? How do we get to him so we can take him off his course? They've tried, y'all. They even sent females my way. I know it was them. Like I told you, I'm keeping a file, y'all. What if I kept a file and did a whole video to show y'all from the beginning to the end how YouTube tried to come at me, coerce me to do certain things, and I always caught them in their traps, and show you the people, show you the backgrounds of the people, and show you how to what if I did a video to show y'all that? What would y'all say? Show you everything step by step, point by point, and everybody that they sent my way, and show you the background of those people and their being verified information and who they really are. What would you say? See, YouTube, you're biting off more than you can chew. I'm going to just let you know that much right now. I'm not no pushover, and I never really show people what my hand is. Because at the end of the day, God said, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. He told us to be wise. I know, look, man, I already know what time it is, man. Tried to come at me with certain females to try to get on my side. You tried to set a dude right next to me, and he tried to bribe me with money. Man, don't get no more clear, man. And everybody got rejected, turned down, every single time. And I got the files. Hey, man, y'all. Hey, this was a good live, man. This was a good live. But you know what? That beast system gonna get brought down to his knees. And you can get me off of here. This is not where you bring the beast system down to his knees. You don't bring the beast system down to his knees on the system. No. You do it elsewhere. All right? So I'm going to just leave y'all with that. You bring the beast system down in a whole nother fashion. You don't do it on their system, because they can put 5,000 views for a video and they only got 5 views. So you don't necessarily do it on the system. But y'all, let's see. God bless you all, man. God bless y'all. Stay with the Lord. Stay rooted. Stay grounded. God loves y'all, man. Stay in your word. Go to the water source, not man, because the fig tree was withered.